Who is ready for Kamala as your new president of the United States? Who is ready? Mr. Cortez is ready. Mr. GPS, he's not.
I'm ready.
He's ready for Kamala. Marshall.
I'm ready. Hey, look. I was just talking to somebody today about this. You about to get one, okay?
Okay. All right. So, and Marsha's ready? Of course, she's ready.
Ready.
Mount Airy school graders, aided by their parents, ran a bake sale to raise money for the Harris Walz campaign. So there was a lot of Beyonce music in the back, speakers and everything, the Who Run the World, all that good stuff. And these local school kids were they're holding their second Cookies for Kamala bake sale. So they bagged up treats, collecting handfuls of cash from passerbys at the corner of Durham and Crittenden streets. So $1 a cookie and $2 a bag. All the sales were considered donations to be for Vice President Harris's presidential campaign. The group raised over $2,000 in 3 hours last week, on top of about close to $700 from the first sale 2 weeks prior. So the energy, the hope that's in the air right now is just contagious, said a woman who brought up the idea along with her 8-year-old daughter to do this type of campaign fundraising. We really wanted the kids to feel that. And the plan worked. Sunday's cookie sale was very jubilant, and it was a major plus with everyone. But now, I have a question about this. Do you think that bringing kids into politics too early is a little too much? I mean, Cookies for Kamala, I mean, it's an underlying thing. I mean, are kids really looking at the presidential debate and know what the situation is before mommy and dad say, okay, let's do the cookie sale for Kamala, or we'll sell truffles for Trump? I mean,
I think they have to be. I know I'm not really allowed to say anything about politics in my environment.
You can. In this,
you can, but you gotta be real careful, man, because what's this saying? I vote for Kamala every day, all day. Okay. I may have a student in my class, their parents might be hardcore Trump fans. So I'm talking rhetoric about Kamala or whatever. That child will go home and say, Mr. Everett's saying something about Kamala, and that parent call me out and say, you shouldn't be saying anything about this, blah, 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 because they want it to be neutral, but they don't want it to be neutral. And I'm looking at them like, why reason, if I say something about Kamala, I shouldn't be banked for it. I'm just giving my opinion on who I think should be president. But some white folk take it the wrong way, man. You got a lot of white folk that's gung ho right now.
Okay. But still, my question is, should the parents really be coercing their kids to do something that's nice, and if it was around their friends and everything, but doing it more on a political scale?
They already doing it, man. Parents are already forcing their political views on their kids.
Is that right or wrong? Is that right or wrong?
You think it's right? It depends, man. Like my whole family for the past many centuries and many years, we've been Democratic, man. We weren't into doing a fundraiser and all that stuff, but my mom, she was a Democrat. Okay. That's what she put on us. That's what she was like. Election season rolled around, they were like, vote Democratic. That was the whole theme, man. And this is started at a young age. They started doctoring me at a young age into all of this, man. Okay. As if I go to a white family, for example, they might be straight up Republicans, man. And they'll tell you, their attitude towards voting is totally different compared to my attitude towards voting. So,
all right, well, that's cool. Marsha, your thoughts?
So I think that at a young age, we should let our children understand the judicial system and how voting and our democracy works. Remember when we used to have those like conjunction, junction, and the Only a Bill songs back in the day? So I think that it's important that we put into practice what we're preaching. So I do think that we should sit there. We as parents should sit there with our children and explain what's going on, because what is being legislated today has an impact on them in the future, especially things like Social Security. And think about it. You're going to take on the values of the people that you're with. And your family is, you look up to your family, you trust your family, whether it be good or bad. That's how people learn racism, because their family are racist. So I don't think it's too early to teach them. I don't think it should always be the school should be neutral, just like we work for the government and we're neutral when it comes to it. I have my views, you have your views, because of the way we were raised and how we are living, but we don't discuss those things at work. We can discuss the process, but we shouldn't be discussing who we're voting for. So I think it should be kept neutral at the schools more so, and let the parents take care of it at home.
Okay. All right. Yeah. GPS, your thought on that?
I think the parents are going to influence the children until the children get their own view. Because at some point in time, they're going to say, you know what? I see what you're saying about, the demos, but they also allow this over here, and I don't really like that. So they're going to get their own view eventually. How long that takes, who knows? But, for right now, I wish I'd have known. I'd have went around. because Durham, that's right around the corner from here.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some cookies.
I bought some cookies too.
Yeah. Well, you're the cookie pusher man, Mr. Cortez. You gotta you're our supply line.
I know, man, but the election gonna be over with by that time, man. Cookies going on
But
sale.
not the Girl Scout cookies. They ain't gonna be over with.
The election. Oh. I got to know that the cookies don't start selling in like January, man.
Oh,
Yeah, so we got a while to go, people.
Yes, I guess we do. But it's just a matter. I always want to have a fair balance. It's like what we decide is who we're going to vote on and the views that we have. We want to, as Marcia said, give them what the left is saying, what the right is saying. But we don't want to, we want to have them, give them the choice of who to choose for. We don't have to like it. We have to respect it. But you don't want it to coerce so much and say, okay, we're doing this for this party and for this party only. You want to make sure that these kids are in agreement. They're just not doing it because mom and dad told them to. You want them to have the same belief system, but at the same time, you don't want to have the belief system being drilled into them. You want them to have that choice of deciding, is this something that they want to believe in or not? So it's a kind of a fine line. I look at it.